A massive 7-point jump in the after hours occurs after GME announces a major fundamental catalyst. The news comes with a potential hint that Roaring Kitty may have already been pointing to in his video releases. A surge in the options calls happened prior to the event, and price signals continuation. Welcome back to the channel on this Freaky Friday. This is ARCa, and let's dive into GameStop. Let's kill 'em, team. What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Please do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, do everything necessary to get this thing to live long, thrive, and survive. Let's go ahead and pop open a few things of great importance. This is breaking. GameStop GME completes at the market equity offering program, selling 45 million shares for gross proceeds of approximately $933 million cash. Guys, this is up almost 12% in the after hours when Unusual Whales posted this. This is incredible news for the company. They do have cash in hand now. And let's go ahead and move on here to that next announcement, which is another one from Unusual Whales right here, stating that many people have been using Unusual Whales to follow GME's GameStop options activity. You can see that the $20 strike June 21st expiry calls have had tons and tons of buying recently. You guys, I can definitely support that. I can absolutely show you guys what he means or what they mean by that. But I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that off or the open interest here for the later part of the analysis here, right? So check this out. Jim Cramer actually posts something on GME. This guy's too funny. GameStop now has enough cash to become something other than GameStop. Congrats, he says. Oh my goodness, he did not get the biggest. He did not get the most welcoming comments regarding this right here, right? And let's go ahead and take a look at this thing right here by Thrilla the Gorilla. I have something here to tell you guys regarding this company, right? So I'm wondering if there could be something in line for this, right? So please, this guy says right here, peep the logo on Google. If you don't know, if you haven't been following the videos, then you won't know what this means. But check this out on this side and look it for yourself. And there you have it, team. This is actually something that Roaring Kitty is sort of already hinting to in his videos prior to this release, right? So I just want you guys to know that there is something weird happening here, and we're already speculating the fact that there could be some type of acquisition or merger or whatever with Toys R Us, seeing that Toys R Us is the leading kids store for all toys, video games, dolls, action figures, right? So let's go ahead and now move on to the next post right here, you guys, because even, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and show it to you from this picture right down here, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at this. GameStop completes an at-the-market equity offering program. We just heard about that, and this is signaling a $933.4 million in the money cash in hand, right? Look at this, guys. This is what I'm talking about right down here, right? Let me just go ahead and click on this thing and highlight something, and this is what I mean right here. GameStop intends to use the net proceeds from the ATM program for general corporate purposes, which may include the acquisitions, right? We're already looking at that potential, which may include acquisitions and investments, right? So this is what's making me very curious as to what we're looking at here from the prior screen, right over here, looking at the Toys R Us with that logo. I am wondering if that is actually it. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. Let's go ahead and discuss this and find out what really is good in the hood with GameStop, okay, guys? And somebody actually, you know, this guy here, Antonio Costa, right? We know him from all the chart posts that he's been sharing on Twitter X, and he actually said this was not an innocent post by Musk, in my honest opinion. Apes and Doge, right? Check this out. Yes, we know that there has been a recent, yeah, guys. I mean, Let's pour some here for the Doge dog, right? And we know that he passed. So respects to the pup right there. But yes, he's speculating on the fact that this may not actually be an innocent post, which is absolutely funny to me, man. So yes, so why don't we go ahead and just kind of skip the screens over here and make sure to get our butts over to the options side, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at flow now and observe what is good, right? So here you go. This is what this is what Unusual Whales was talking about here. Take a look at that. There's 108,945 open interest in the call side for June 21st, 2024, you guys. So just for those of you who don't know what's going on here, this is your expiry here. This is your call side. This is the put side, right? So a call option is how you basically bet for an upside on the stock. The put is actually how you bet for the downside on a stock. Just for my beginners, right? There are other ways, right? You can inverse these two using different strategies, but for now, that's what I want you to notice. There is 108,945, almost 109,000 of that open interest on this particular option, right? That is absolutely massive. If we come back here and take a look at the term, take a look at that, man. I mean, that is absolutely insane. We have 267,819 calls and calls in the open interest here for June 2024. Wow, against the puts that are 132,000. That is entirely double the amount, right? Very, very interesting times here for the immediate short term. Now, let's go ahead and dive into what you guys really kind of are here for, right? You usually come to me here to observe the technicals, to observe the probabilities within price action. Yes, let's do that again, right? So GME completely surpasses that resistance area that we had noticed here a few days ago, which is the 2185 to 2227. We definitely need to get over this area here and convert it into a support in order for us to get some continuation to the upside. But this is 100% massive. This is already a break of market structure here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the immediate short term. I want to notice all the candles here. If you're observing this in an hourly time frame, I have kind of a speculation already here for you, right? So if this is truly a bull flag happening before our eyes, there is a measured move. It is a little insane because of the FOMO here, right? But let's go ahead and measure it anyway. The topside move on a formation of this magnitude here would be leading price action to a total of $26.91, right? Massive, massive upside targets for this thing leading into this resistance range right in here, right? So if I were to put a number into it, I would actually inverse this resistance range just about like this here and point it at the bottom side right down there at those support levels, right? And observe this as being the higher probability targets, just like this. 26.91 top, we have the 26.19 bottom, and there is absolutely a fair value gap here that we talked about, right? You have the wick high here, you have the wick low here, and you have the big candle in between marking a little bit of a gap in between. So why don't we just go ahead and take that into account as well. We're going to extend our range just like this here, and this is taking you, of course, very near the top of that gap, right? So that is already insinuating that we would be on our way to cover this gap here, the imbalance, the price imbalance or the fair value gap. Very, very interesting times here, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at the obvious things on the more immediate short term. I want you to take a look at volatility versus momentum right now, right? Because this is it is critical. Remember, I always explain this to you guys live, the thrust in a still body of water, right? So we were completely still here, no transactions, and then out of nowhere, we get a big, huge thrust, right? A huge impact in that still body of water, right? You get a big impact right here. Stochastic momentum pivots towards the upside, and this thing rallies. Now, of course, this cascades, it domino effects into the further time frames. Take a look at this on a 2-hour time frame. We're getting a shift in volatility right here, continuing towards the upside, and now we're getting the shift of upside here, getting very close to the bullish control zone and the gravitational zone for the bi-hourly time frame. Stochastic momentum 3-hour time frame. Let's take a look at that now. It's still expanding here, but it hasn't felt the trigger from the immediate short term, but stochastic momentum is absolutely headed towards an upside there as well. 4-hour time frame, of course, hasn't felt it here in volatility, but the upside on stochastics have felt it as well. RSI time frame here is already suggesting a continuation to that upside, and take a look at that RSI signal. It's inside of that gravitational zone too, right? What I mean by that is actually at that pivot at the 50%, between 2% from that 50%, right? So you have the 48 here and you have the 52 here marking off the gravitational zones. In this case, we're pivoted towards the upside. In gravitation, we're likely going to get pulled towards the upside, and this is likely to continue to the upside here, at least for the first half of the session. We don't know what's going on right now, right? It's not being traded right now. We have the weekend, and we have a long weekend, but guess what? We have a long weekend with a massive beat. This is going to freaking brew the anxiety for all of retail, and this is probably going to go into a FOMO event come Tuesday, right? So please be careful in the markets, as this may present a massive upside continuation here, you guys, and I'm very excited to see what that potential could be. The resistance level that we had broken with the broader markets falling now has been recovered above that 19.80, 20 cents, right? So this is absolutely bullish for the asset. Just in case it comes down, we can always look at support anywhere between the areas of that zone, right? We're going to mark it off here for you just in case. $20.10 down to the bottom of about 1970. If you guys have been around the ARCa Bulls trading team, you know how accurate we have been with our targets. I want to go ahead and make sure that I mention it right away here. Please consider joining the ARCa Bulls trading team. I'm going to go ahead and include a link right at the top area right here, right? Make sure to join today, because I have these guys trading the financial markets live with me and the rest of the team, right? We have some very talented traders there, and we are absolutely giving you the information as to how to execute trades like this and not get trapped in the opposing side, right? I don't want you to get bagged up in here. I want you to be very careful. So yes, we do have some upside targets to observe, you guys. I do think that we have a resistance here to come back into, right? I'm looking at a 25.40 to 27.47 before we can get a continuation to the upside, right? So in it, like for the immediate short term, guys, if we do have support to the bottom side, remember, we can always reach this zone one more time, anywhere between the 2018 to about the 1955. I don't know that we get that low though, right? Because our new inflection zone for now, for the immediate short term, is actually listed right here at 2108, right? As soon as we start passing this 2108, then there could be danger for price action to face a bottom side here, but something tells me it's not going to face the discount here may not last too long, right, you guys? So this was an incredible opportunity for those of you who picked it up at $17. This thing jumping almost 7 points, or actually over 7 points during the after hours. Massive price action, you guys. All right, and now one more thing, you guys, before I actually, right, I want you to make sure to sign up for the ArcMastersCourse Beginners Trading Mentorship, right? I have a 4 to 5 week mentorship program for beginners. I want to see you in class. I want to make sure that you're understanding how to trade the financial markets the right way, the institutional way. So please get in touch with me at ArcMastersCourse@gmail before the seats are taken. And I'm closing enrollment soon because we're getting closer to the first lectures starting live. Okay, you guys? So make sure to get in touch with me at ArcMastersCourse@gmail.com immediately before those seats are taken. All right, you guys, thank you so much. And I think we're pretty good to leave off the video right here, right? So please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever, guys. I really could never do that. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well. A very, very good rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you at the bell on Tuesday. Adios, team. Yeah.